Hope this
So he
works.
accidentally gets too excited, and his tender collapses. So he has to make the choice of either staying in the sheds or using one of the other engine's tenders. He
Ooh.
decides to stay in the sheds, and now Edward is taking the branch line coaches while Henry is pulling freight train. Since Edward is sometimes, since I like to incorporate characters that aren't used that much, and I know that Henry likes pulling freight trains aside from the Flying Kipper.
Alright, does it say if I'm live or not? I hope it does.
See.
Not only that, but Henry's also
You're
too
live.
big for branch line.
Okay,
So,
good. So go ahead, Josh. I'll wait until you're done.
anyways,
Uh,
Henry is too big for the branch line, so Edward has to go on the branch line since Henry's too big. And that's what I'm doing right now. And you know what they say? Third time's the charm.
Yep. That said, though, hey everyone, I'm sorry this keeps happening. The internet keeps crapping out of my place, so we're gonna try again one more time. If it fails, then we'll try again tomorrow. And if it works, awesome. If it fails, then we'll do Thursday. Again, if it's part of the internet sometimes goes in and off here sometimes. But it resets itself. It could also be because of the summer, like with the hot summer air, and also again because I live near an airport, so. But we'll try again, see what happens. So, and if it fails, then I'm giving up for the night.
Alright, so I need Aaron to do his Gordon impression, and
You have to send him some lines first, dude.
yeah, I'll have to.
Oh, Aaron, oh yeah, can you check the chat for me, please? Because I'm assuming Josh is busy.
Yeah, I can check it.
Thank you. Yeah, we're not gonna go long, just until 10:30.
That's okay.
Whoa! Well, good thing I got that on film. Okay.
Alright, Aaron, I should have sent you the script. I want Gordon.
Do you want me to say any lines, Josh?
What is it?
Lines,
Sorry, what'd you say, Josh?
So the lines that I want Aaron to say is in his DM. So
Okay.
go ahead, Aaron.
Do you have any lines for me,
What do you want me
Josh?
to say? Like, who do you want me to?
It's in your DMs, dude. Is what Josh said.
So, like, who do you want me to voice?
Gordon.
Your Gordon impression.
Gordon? Alright.
For whenever he wants you to record those lines, Aaron, for a video.
Oh, we're not
Okay.
doing bad. We're just not recording them. We're just seeing how they go.
Yeah, because there's no.
Alright,
Sorry, you go ahead, Aaron.
I can do that. Okay, so, Gordon, let's see. Good afternoon, Edward. It seems you're pulling the fence line coaches. Why isn't James pulling them? Okay,
Because he got into a bit of an accident. So Sertan had told me I was pulling the branch line coaches today since Henry's too big for the branch line.
Is it just these lines, or are you sending me more lines? Okay. Super Mario Studio says, "Hey, Stitch."
Hey, dude.
Hey, Mario.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can do that. Do you want me to do like a lines on YouTube, or do you want me to put it in a audio file?
I guess you could possibly put them in an audio file for when, and then maybe you could like send them to me, and somehow I can get them into the video.
Well,
Or
yeah.
do future.
Well, yeah. I mean, if Aaron uses Google Drive, he can just give you access to the file, and you can just download them, Josh. That's how I do it.
You'll have to.
All right.
Do you have a? By the way, Stitch, do you have a behind the scenes, or is that something you plan on doing in the future?
For what, buddy? You gotta be more specific.
Like, do you have a behind the scenes video up on your channel, or is that something you're thinking about doing in the future?
Well, again, do you mean like for Untold Stories or just Thomas remakes, or you gotta be more specific, buddy?
Filming, not only filming the episodes, but also getting the audio for
Yeah.
it.
Yes, I actually have a whole. I have for my 500 subscribers. I actually did that as a tutorial 2 years ago.
I'll have to look into that. All right, I'll have to watch that.
I'll send you the video when the stream's done, buddy.
All right.
Josh,
Go ahead, Aaron.
Yes, Aaron.
Isn't there way you can just like edit the lines a little bit, like how like what is going to be feeling when he says this? Because I can't tell if he's gonna be upset or he's gonna be happy or mad.
Oh yeah, that's one thing you really gotta do with Thomas YouTubers. You have to explain what the engines are really feeling.
Well, usually when everything is all caps, it's usually when they're in full on rage mode, and if there's like an exclamation point, it's either they're super excited or they're starting to get mad, and if there's a question mark, that means they're asking a question.
Yeah, but like, what like if the engines are sad or something? Like Aaron needs to know that too. Excuse me.
Oh,
They're sad.
I mean, if it works easier for Aaron, he can just say the lines a few times in different ways, and whatever works for Josh, I guess works for Josh.
Yeah.
so all right, I'll say so. Good afternoon, Edward. Yeah, I'll say it in a happy way. Good afternoon, Edward. Alright, so that's happy. Here's annoyed Gordon. Good afternoon, Edward. Okay, so it's going to be annoyed or is it going to be happy when he says good afternoon, Edward?
He's actually gonna be happy, considering.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
alright. Let me write this down. Happy. Okay. Next one. It seems you're pulling the branch line coaches. Alright. Let me try happy. It seems you're pulling the branch line coaches. And annoyed. It seems you're pulling the branch line coaches. So is going to be annoyed or happy?
He's actually gonna be happy throughout the whole thing.
Okay, so all of them. Okay, so all of them gonna be happy lines.
Oh, there you go. That's easy for you, Aaron.
Alright, that's good. Alright, there you go, Josh.
Thanks.
Is there any lines I can do for you, Josh?
I don't think there's any that I really need.
Okay.
Are there any other characters that you want me to voice, or do you just want me to voice Gordon?
You can voice the characters that have like deep voices. Like you're automatically Gordon and Sir Tom.
Right.
Let's see.
I mean, there are other characters I can do that's not deep. Like I can do a good Thomas voice or a Percy voice or me. I don't know about you. But, I can do a good James impression. I don't know that. Edward Henry. No, I don't know. mean, I do have fun playing as these characters, but I wouldn't say that I'm good voicing them. But
It's not gonna be
I
with
mean,
specific
yeah, but
characters.
yeah.
So, Aaron can be Gordon Sir Tom. I'm guessing. I guess Stitch could be Thomas.
Oh
and
yeah.
Percy, but then again, I also have to hear those voices.
I mean, unless you're playing James, Josh, I could do James. I can do the not the actual Magic Railroad voice, but the parody voice. I can do that one pretty good.
Right? Yeah, you can be James, and then you can be James.
Cool. Buzz off, buzz off, buzz off, you buzzy. Something. I don't know. I've got the line.
Whenever I do characters like, okay, so Thomas, when I do Thomas's voice, I kind of put a little bit of Joseph May's performance into it. Mostly, it's my own performance.
Right.
And then Edward, I'm just doing the U.S. CGI voice. Henry, I do a little bit of the UK voice. But you know what? I like the UK voice of Henry.
Right.
So my voice is not, except that my voice is not UK. For Gordon is just simply me doing the Carrie Shell impression.
Yeah, that's pretty simple to understand it.
James, James, I'm just trying to do the George Carlin impression or the Rob impression. Percy is my own voice. Hello, I'm Percy.
Percy has such a high-pitched voice.
But I guess you kind of could say that is kind of Percy, though.
Yeah. Toby was actually a smart. It's a little hard to do, Toby. But what I did is I kind of combined my Magic Railroad voice with Toby. Actually, sorry about that.
That's what I do.
So actually, there are two Toby voices I can do. I can do the Magic Railroad Toby voice. I'm sorry, you do. These are every word you said. I'm going after him to see what he does next. You better carry on, get that thing. These are one part of it with an orange and like me. He thinks I'm really useless. If he finds her, I bet that will destroy us all. That's my Magic Railroad impression. Second is the Toby voice I use in my Thomas series, which is technically my own Toby voice, but I do a little bit of the Magic Railroad voice. Let me think of a quote. Alright. I'll just say a Magic Railroad quote. What's important is us stand up in our own wheels, the diesel. Nevertheless, we're glad you're here to help us. Wouldn't pay too much attention to them if I were you. That's my own Toby voice.
I guarantee that line
That's it.
was definitely in the original Magic Railroad script.
What do you mean, like the lines I was saying for?
Yeah, like, nevertheless, best not to, worry about them. I guarantee that was in the original Magic Railroad script.
Oh, well, no, I was just saying the line from one of the deleted scenes in the parody.
Oh.
Yeah, Josh, those are my impressions. Well, those are technically how I do the impressions for the main cast of the characters.
Alright, now that I have some of the people that can help me out with the voice acting, I just gotta think of like a script for an episode. Considering I've only written one story, and that was the Twilight and the villains again. see the title.
We know.
Twilight and the Village.
Once you have the script, dude, send us the lines and make sure to put happy, sad, or whatever, and we'll get them done for you.
Right.
Right, mm-hmm.
Oh, I reunited with an old friend today.
Really?
Who's
Yeah,
it?
his name is Austin. I've known him I've known him for about 5-6 years, maybe 4. I don't know. But he recently moved into my hometown, so I got to meet him, and it was a surprise. I met him at the grocery store. And was like, "Hey, Kale, right?" And I'm like, "Yes. Do I know you? It's me, Austin." And he cleared me, and I'm like, "Dude, no way!" Like, so we just chatted for a few minutes while our parents were getting groceries, and it's like, "Oh, dude, so nice to meet you." And apparently he lives right near me, so we're gonna get together at one point, just hang out. So that'll be wicked. I've known him since 2016, 15, yeah. Oh, we actually saw The Legend of Tarzan together in theaters, and holy crap, has he grown! And man, is his voice deeper too.
Yeah, I can personally. Yeah, I mean, this honestly
Who did you
reminds.
reunite with him?
And honestly, this whole thing reminded me of two things. First off, my own personal experience with when I reunited with an old friend.
Right?
The hand of the not the handbook, the yearbook. Yeah, they were part of the yearbook staff. Can you guys hear me okay?
Maybe come closer to your mic, buddy, and
Hello?
come closer a little to your mic, buddy.
1 second.
Oops, I am losing this race. That's what I get for drinking an iced tea before the Ready Set Go part happens.
Alright, can you all hear me okay?
Perfect.
Let's go racing, boys and girls.
Yeah. Alright. The Wi-Fi on my PC suddenly died, so I'm having to restart. So I have to restart. But
That's
anyways,
okay, buddy.
like I was saying earlier, I recently reunited with another school with one of my old friends I knew when we were both homeschooled, and they were part of the yearbook of one of the people that were in charge of the yearbook. And I even got there, and on the last day of school, which was Thursday,
Right?
I asked them if they wanted to sign my yearbook since it had been so long since we had seen each other,
Yeah,
and they accepted
nice.
signature combined with like hundreds of other signatures inside my yearbook.
Oh, there you go, buddy.
I would show you a little bit more, but I'm afraid of revealing some privacy.
No, that's fine, bud. You can show us like when we're done streaming. So, speaking of which, how's the chat doing?
Mr. Mindblock says, "Hi again."
Hey, Monrox. Again, so sorry about the connection, buddy. I don't know what the hell happened, but hopefully it works now. And if it fails, then we'll try tomorrow. And if it fails again, we'll try Thursday. But it's working now, so let's just hope and pray, and everything should be hunky-dory.
Hunky dory.
Oh, I told...
Josh,
Sorry, you go ahead, Aaron. I'll go after you.
I forgot to tell you, Josh. When I do Satapham Had, I'm actually doing the local brand impression of Satapham Had.
Alright.
Almost, you ought to pick up the brass band, and don't forget to have a wash down. Thank you.
Ooh, there we go. Oh, I told Josh
No,
this. Sorry, go ahead, Aaron.
Sorry.
No, it's okay, it's
That's
okay.
my fault. You can
No,
go
no,
ahead.
it's okay. No, you go first, buddy. You weren't done yet, clearly.
I wanted. I was gonna say. I was gonna tell you and Josh. I was thinking of not a Thomas and Transformers crossover, but I was also thinking that the Autobots and Decepticons how inside the engine's bodies. Like Optimus is Thomas, Bumblebee is Percy. I mean, it's kind of like their minds are in the engine's bodies.
Okay.
So
Oh, I was about to say.
Megatron is Diesel. Megatron is Diesel 10. Starscream is Diesel. And
Yeah, I ship
Yeah.
it. I know I'm not Tweety Bloom, but I ship it.
Again, I don't think
And
Aaron
they're
gets
trying-
the reference, buddy.
It was a reference to your review of Mark's
Oh, yeah.
Recreation.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
right.
was
Anyways.
I thought it would be a really funny, an interesting thing, like the engines really don't know that they know that they're actually. I take it back. Their minds are switched. Like Thomas, Percy, James, and the main cast are all in the Autobots bodies, or in the engine bodies.
That sounds really
And
confusing.
same thing.
It really does.
But
Like, yeah, it's a
Right,
good
like-
idea. It just sounds confusing. But continue, Aaron. Continue.
I mean, let's see. So, technically, I mean, I don't know how to start it because I don't know how to get to the part about how their minds got switched to their bodies to the engine bodies. I don't know. But anyway, so while I was looking at it, so Optimus Prime is Thomas. Bumblebee is Percy. Ratchet is Edward.
I can see that.
Jazz is James. And Ironhide is Gordon.
Huh.
And Megatron is Diesel 10. Starscream is Diesel. Okay. You may not know these characters. Brawl, Blackout,
Heard him. I've heard of him.
and Beyblade.
I think I've actually heard of Brawl.
Transformers.
Well,
One second. My PC is currently restarting.
that's fine, Josh.
Ow, I'm just being Anyways.
While we're waiting for Josh, and I bought some stuff today to make my Thomas videos better.
Really, what you get?
I got some more stuff for grass because I use like a green. It's not even a rug. It's some fabric my grandma gave me, but I got some more grass like from the dollar store because I went shopping with my stepmom today. Besides that, I got some stuff for like flowers, and I got a black rug. It's for the in general it's for the it's for gardening. But I thought to myself, the smelter's yard has no grass or anything. It's just plain cement if you actually look at the ground. So I thought to myself, why not use this rug for the scrap yard? So that's what I'm going to be doing.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Besides that, the only things I honestly need left, I need a few different types of rocks because I want ones that will look better for Trackmaster, wouldn't, and take along now. And if anyone's wondering what I'm talking about, I will explain in a Halls video coming up soon. So no spoilers.
Alright.
Because Josh and Aaron know what it is, but you guys don't. So in the words of Weirdy, no spoilers. So besides, no spoilers. So So besides that, I honestly need some bushes, and that's honestly it. Like I have some stuff for bushes, but I want to get some, proper bushes at some point. And holy crap, it's like this game does not work for me anymore. God, I cannot wait to get a new copy of this game. Like the PS, I have two copies on the PS2. They work fine, but holy cow, this HD copy. Oh man, it's like it doesn't compute with my controller. I mean, it doesn't help that the disc is really scratched. So. But yeah, I got that stuff today, and I also bought myself some chocolates and some meat for lunch and stuff. So I mean, also I live with my parents, but I try to provide for myself sometimes.
Right.
So not bad. Like I think in total I spent like 70, $80 today. I mean, also, I'm sending my stepmom that money for Toy Story 3 because I really want that on the Wii. And yeah.
Right.
And yeah.
Okay, I think Josh just left the.
That's okay. We'll wait for him. Okay.
In Family Guy.
Yep.
On Family Guy, this was funny. This was Transformers in Family Guy. So technically, it's Megatron trying to defeat the Autobots. It's like this. Do as I command, and we will defeat the Autobots once and for all. Then one of the Decepticons was like this. Nope, not gonna happen. Come on, what have we talked about? Autobots always win. You think Optimus Prime is gonna be dead, but he's not dead. I'm taking this from a robot that turns into a canoe. When there's a battle on a river, you might need me.
I like that.
He's not wrong. Autobots do always win. So.
Yep. I mean, legit in Transformers Prime, there was so many times Megatron could have killed Optimus, but never got around to it. Or the opposite. I mean, I understand, like, Optimus is not the person who kills. I understand that. But legit, they're arch enemies, and there were so many times they both could have killed each other, and they never did it.
I mean, have you ever seen the backstory between Optimus and Megatron? Like, they had like a brother-like relationship.
Yeah, I know that.
And so, of course, of course, it's hard for Optimus to kill Megatron.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
They were.
Well, but I mean, just in general, from what I've seen from Transformers Prime, I mean, it's kind of hard for Optimus to really kill anyone, unless he really has to.
Yeah. I know Megatron doesn't care because, I mean,
he's Megatron.
Megatron is like, he doesn't, because Megatron knows that Optimus is going to dare kill him, so that's why Megatron is exploring that.
That's actually something interesting because sorry, go ahead, Aaron. I'll go after you.
Go ahead.
No, I just find it interesting because you watch the Transformer movies and you're like, okay, Optimus is not what's the word in the Transformer movies. Obviously there are different types of the characters, but still the same mostly. But you see Optimus in the live action movies, and it's like, holy cow, he does not threat to kill Megatron even if he didn't want to. They're totally separate Optimuses, if you know what I mean. Anyways,
Movie Optimus and Prime Optimus, they're both serious leaders.
Yep.
Well, at the end of the first Transformers movie, when Megatron died, Optimus said, "You left me no choice, brother." So that means he was upset. He was a little upset that he died. So
Yeah.
But I love movie Optimus Prime. It's just the problem is he can be way too hardcore.
Yeah.
And I mean, I do love the fight scenes with him, there are times when he's way too gruesome whenever he fights, and even for someone, even for a Prime who is trying to bring peace.
Yeah, agreed on that.
Prime Optimus is actually my favorite Optimus Prime of all times. He
Same.
is serious. He is so stern. He does not take any jokes at all. And that's what I love about him. He doesn't take a joke. He laugh. Like when Jack asked Optimus if he wants to do something funny, Optimus was like, "No."
Well, that's one thing.
I was like, "Yeah."
That's one thing I do like about the show, though, is, Optimus, he may be serious, but he still has a heart, and he still likes, smile and that. There's times when Optimus explains, this is sometimes how life is, and, the characters, when they're in a sticky situation. I do like, he sees both sides, the human side and the non-human side, and I like that, so.
Right. And Megatron. What I love about what they do with Megatron from both movies and Transformers Prime, they make them terrifying villains to make everyone fear him. And that's how Megatron is. Everyone is afraid of Megatron. I mean, of course, because he's a really strong Decepticon. Like, didn't you see what he did to Ratchet in one of the episodes?
No.
Okay, so if you remember, you said you watched every episode from season 1, right?
I've seen the entire show, dude. But season 1 was like 2-3 months ago, and season 2 and 3 I have not seen since like 2-3 years. So.
Okay, so to refresh your memory, Ratchet was playing John and him so he can be stronger and faster and help.
Yep, I remember that. Yep.
And he came to Megatron. But because Megatron is so strong, he already took out Ratchet. That.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so everyone's so no wonder everyone's so afraid of him. Like Megatron, he literally killed Ratchet without any struggle at all. It's like Thanos a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Megatron is not to mess around with because you have to be really careful with him. Even when you. Because you know how Starscream is always afraid of Megatron? Like, whenever he's behind Megatron's back, Starscream acts all tough, acting like Megatron, or he can kill him. But whenever Megatron comes around, then he gets all scared. I'm like, okay, Starscream, okay, you cannot be Megatron, right?
That's actually one thing, not only do I really like about this version of Starscream, but one thing I actually really like about this version of Megatron is, he's more, when I think of Megatron, he's the Megatron I think of. Like, I like the movie Megatron, but I'm gonna be honest, I do find the movie Megatron threatening, I do, but I think it's because of his voice and design. What he does, not so much. He's just kind of a generic bad guy in the regular movies. But in Prime, like, I totally see Megatron, and like, legit, take away the voice and the design in the movies, he's nothing.
Right.
Like, I'm pretty sure you can agree with me on that one.
Oh no, I agree because I love Megatron in the movies.
Same.
I think the problem is, I mean, I love what he did with him in the first movie.
Yes.
But in the second, third, fourth, and fifth movie, like he was good in all those movies, but from the second, third, and fourth, and fifth movie, he was just a secondary villain, and he doesn't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, like,
the only thing we see is
no, like, I agree with you. Like, in the first movie, not only is he the main villain, but I really feel, even if he barely has any screen time, I really feel the threatness of Megatron, when he appears. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
And I still love him in the second, third, and fourth, and fifth movie.
Yep.
But the problem is, the only thing we see him do is fight, or have a few talking moments. But that's it.
One thing I really wish they did with Megatron is actually let him talk with more of the humans. That's why in the second film, my favorite scene in any of the Transformers movies is that one scene with him and Sam. Like, yeah, it's obviously green screen and obviously a set, like, you know, that Sam and Michaela are on. But, like, legit, it not only looks so real and so good, but again, like, it's Megatron interacting with one of the humans. Like, I love that type of stuff. You know, that's one of my favorite things in the Transformer movies. You're seeing these non-existent characters interact with actual humans. Like, that is some awesome stuff right there. And again, that's why I love that scene in the second movie when Megatron interrogates Sam. It's my favorite scene in the entire Transformers series. It's really cool shot. I like the music for what I remember, and it's really like they're actually interacting, and it's just so freaking cool. And you only get that from that one movie. That's one thing I really like about the sequels is you don't see Megatron interact with any of the humans besides 5, and even that, it didn't even look right. It looked kind of crappy. But in this one, in the second film, it actually really looked like not only are they interacting, but it actually looks like, you know, they're in the same movie. I mean, they do in the fifth film, but, you know, it didn't feel genuine. In the second film, it actually felt like, you know, Megatron was pissed at Sam. Sam was like, okay, don't kill me. I'll give you what you want. And, you know, the whole scene just played out like that. Like, it didn't feel forced. It felt cool, like Transformers. But in the fifth film, it's just like, okay, get these bad guys here so we can talk to them and, you know, yada, yada, yada. It just didn't feel right, you know?
Exactly. I mean, I think the biggest problem with Megatron is trying to think. They make him too weak. Except for the first movie.
Yep.
Megatron was kicking Optimus's butt in the first movie.
Well,
But then
again,
in the third and fourth movie.
No, you're right. But again, that scene with Sam was one of his best moments in the second film. So continue.
Oh yeah, it's a great scene.
Yeah, love it.
And it was actually a little cringy because I can feel like Sam's pain.
Yep.
Whenever that creepy little spider doctor thing.
Oh, dude, what scares me is, you know, Megatron's holding on to Sam, and, you know, Sam legit cannot escape. That's what scares me.
Jeez. Actually, what's crazy is Megatron's fingers has like those holders.
Yep.
I'm like, oh my gosh, Megatron has everything.
That's-
He's able to freaking hold Sam with fingers that has freaking hold like, pinches, whatever.
Yeah, again, that's why I love the scene. It feels so natural and realistic, like it could actually happen. I really do want to recreate that scene one day, but I don't know if I could ever do that.
I do have a Sam figurine. That's a Sam figurine.
I didn't even know they did one for Sam.
Oh my God. Mindblock says, didn't they do the same with Thomas with where the human interacted with him? LOL.
You're right, Mind Blocks. Actually, a good example of that is with Diesel 10 and Mr. Conductor. You know, like when he actually grabs Pinchy, when Diesel 10 grabs Mr. Conductor, it actually really feels like that. Yeah, Diesel 10 is actually holding Mr. C. Well, actually, a better example is like when Lily is in Thomas's cab, when they're on the Magic Railroad, or even before that, it actually looks like she is in his cab, like they're in the same world. Like, I love it when movies actually try to make it look good. Again, they did look good in the other Transformer movies, they did, but it just, you know, didn't feel... Sorry, let me say it. More with Megatron, like with the the Autobots, that was fine, but with the Decepticons, I don't know. It just felt like, you know, okay, obviously we want the Autobots to interact with humans now much of the Decepticons. Just throw the scene together so we can have something cool. Like, it doesn't feel like that with the Autobot scenes. It actually feels kind of natural.
Right.
What's so funny is in Bumblebee, it actually felt right. And, you know, I only seen that movie ever since it came out. I haven't seen it since, so...
I watched that movie a lot of times. It may not be a Michael Bay Transformers movie. Actually, you know what? But it's mine. Thank goodness it's a reboot. So
that movie would have not been good if
my
Michael
God.
Bay made it. Not to be rude to the guy, but it would have not been good.
Yeah. as well for Michael Bay. I'll say my favorite Michael Bay movies are the the third Transformers movie. That should have been the final movie. That should have been the finale. And the first movie was good too. Yeah. Now the second one, okay, the second one was good. I mean, but at least it's better than the fourth and fifth movie.
When I
But
to,
I call the fourth and fifth
right,
trilogy. But I keep thinking, you know what? I'm not gonna count the fourth and fifth movie as like part of the 1, 2, and 3 trilogy. I'm just gonna count this as a freaking reboot
What?
because there are too many plot holes and too many confusing stuff. And I'm like, it was definitely not connected to Transformers.
what's it's funny. It was supposed to be exactly that. Like, the first trilogy, then the second trilogy. That's what they did. So
I mean, it's just now. With Transformers Prime, I say, what I am really impressed with what they did with Megatron and Transformers Prime. Like, even though he's a bad guy and we hate him, there's something about him that makes us want to like him and wants to agree with him because, like, sure, we see him as a threatening villain, but at the same time, when he's talking about war of what he wants, sure, he's power hungry, but there's something about him that he thinks that he's trying to fix Cybertron. He's trying to make Cybertron a better place.
yeah,
It's his point of view. No, it's not true. It still gives us a feeling that, wow, Megatron, maybe he's not that bad after all.
what's also funny is like, again, I've never been, I've never, again, I'm not a huge Transformers fan like you are, but I still enjoy it. I've watched some of the original series back in the day. Oops, sorry. Last year, I watched some of the original series last year, and I thought it was
G1?
yes, Gen 1, and I thought it was decent, but I couldn't stand Megatron. Like, he was like this whiny, bad guy. I was thinking of the Shredder from the original Ninja Turtles, and I'm thinking to myself, holy crap, this is not the Megatron I know. And after, watching Transformers Prime, I'm like, holy crap, how does, this character that first comes out here as, this bad guy, then, you see him in Prime, and like, somehow they made him like 1,000 times better. Like, legit, when I think of Megatron, I think of Transformers Prime Megatron. That's my Megatron. Like, he can be funny sometimes. He's threatening as can be. You never mess with him. Like, that, when I think of Megatron, that is who I think of.
Right. G1 Megatron, who is the original, I see what you mean. I wouldn't say he's much of a whiny. I think, so like, well, first of all, now, the voice is a classic. His voice is still classic because every time we hear Megatron's voice, like, that's like the Megatron voice we hear, or the Transformers Prime voice.
Yeah.
So, but I'll give Frank Welker the credit for his voice changing from Megatron from G1 from Megatron from Transformers Prime because he voiced Megatron.
I did not know that.
He changed the voice.
I did not know that. That's cool.
Oh, yeah. And he did a great job with the changing because even with both voices, that's how we see Megatron. Well, I don't know if you're a big fan of the G1 voice.
Not so much new.
Same thing with Peter Cullen as Optimus because G1 Optimus Prime. Now, G1 Optimus Prime, I wouldn't say he's more serious. I mean, he's serious, but there were times where he maybe sometimes funny at times, but I don't know.
Honestly, like,
The
G1 Megatron, sorry, G1 Optimus, I kind of saw, like, again, I saw more, and they're not saying Prime Optimus wasn't human, like, he was a good character, don't get me wrong, but I kind of felt more emotion from the original Optimus, because, he laughed a bit, he kind of joked around, like, he felt like, not a natural character, he felt, more less serious, but serious. He had like all the human emotions, which I liked. Like again, I'm not saying the Prime does Transformers Prime version doesn't, but I kind of felt more human with G1 Optimus. Again, both versions are good, but you know where I'm coming from.
And the voice, it's different. I mean, it's a little different
Yeah,
because I mean, G1 Optimus Prime, it's deep, but it's a little bit high. Like
yeah,
Autobots, roll out. It's like that. But Transformers Prime and the movie Optimus Prime, it's Autobots transform and roll out. It's more calm. It's deep, a little smooth. That's how you do it.
that's my Optimus voice. Love it.
But then you see Transformers Prime Optimus, serious, this stern leader who, like I said, doesn't joke, doesn't laugh. He does smile, right? He does smile at times, but mostly he's just so serious. He's just focused on this one goal. He's keeping it going. He doesn't stop. He just keeps going and going. He doesn't even when a battle is over, he's still ready. So that's what is so good about Optimus' character. He from Transformers Prime. Train fan says hello again.
Hey, Train fan. Sorry about the stream, dude. It's still going. Just last time, some internet issues, but it's fine now. So,
We have Brenton Hugo saying, "Hey Stitch."
hey, Brenton. Aaron and I are on Discord if you want to chat, buddy.
Train fan says, "How are you?"
We are both very good, thank you. Again, if any of you were here during earlier, I'm sorry about the stream. My internet was crappy, but now it's fine. So let's hope it stays like that.
Hey Brenton. Yeah. He's about to say. Oh yeah. Ratchet. Yeah, so Ratchet's character has been changing from all the Transformers franchise.
Yeah,
In G1, Ratchet is the calm doctor. Transformers Prime Ratchet. Oh my gosh.
I love
Okay.
that guy.
How about
I love this version of Ratchet so much.
I say he's the funniest Ratchet.
I also say the most serious too.
I would say serious. I would say the movie Ratchet is more serious.
Really?
Live action Ratchet. But you can call us Autobots for short. Boy's pheromone levels suggest he wants to mate with the female.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Like seeing Ratchet die in the fourth movie kind of made me sad. Like this was around the time I started watching Transformers Prime, so
This made me hate the human characters after that.
well, I mean, it was the bad guys that killed him anyway. So
Bad human characters. I mean, what the heck? So you tell me ever since the third movie, now you're gonna hunt down the Transformers or Autobots? You can hunt the Decepticons. We don't care, but Autobots, they protect your home. If it weren't for them, you'd all be dead by now.
yeah,
So, I don't know what is going on in your heads right now. Man. Blame Optimus from being mad. I gotta say, when Optimus found out that they were using the Ratchet parts for their doing, and Optimus was so ticked off, I'm like, I don't blame him. I mean, I'd be ticked off too. Someone killed my friend, and they used their parts for their own selfish reasons.
yep.
Like, I gotta say, wait, who's that bald guy? The guy with the glasses.
I don't know. I besides Sam, I legit know none of the human cast, dude. Well, sorry, and Michaela.
Yeah. And I'm really not happy with what they do with female characters. not just with human kids, but in the second movie, RC, Alita One, and actually, Alita One is Optimus Prime's love interest.
Wait, sorry. OC was in the second movie?
Yeah, RC. Like, remember the motorcycle? Actually, no, not just RC, but it was RC.
I know who OC is. I mean, Transformers Prime, mostly. But she was in the second movie?
Yeah.
When was that?
Well, she had less screen time, but she was in the opening battle fight, and then she was in the final battle where she died.
I honestly do not remember seeing her at all. I gotta rewatch that.
Well, yeah, I don't blame you because you have less screen time, but I mean, just the problem is I didn't like what they did with RC in the second movie. Not just RC, but Alita One and Chromia, who are the female Autobots. Alita One is Optimus Prime's love interest.
Like, just in general?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, I don't know about her in the live action movies, but in G1, the comic books, the video games, and other Transformers TV shows, I don't think she's in the Prime universe. But yeah, she's Optimus Prime's love interest.
Okay.
And I didn't like what they did with them because they gave them less screen time. Obviously, they used them for toys, and
Yep.
then they killed them off already.
Right.
Like, so if you could tell, let me get this straight. You bring back one of my favorite Transformer female characters, and you kill them off like that.
Which movie was this in?
What? It was Transformers 2 with Revenge of the Fallen.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. Anyway.
We should look at the
But-
chat, dude. It's been a while since you looked at the chat.
Well, I mean, there's not that much.
Oh, if that's not that much, then never mind, buddy.
I mean, there are a couple things that Train Fan says, and one thing that Brent Higo says.
Okay, go ahead.
He says, Brent Higo says, I wonder what has become of that Total Drama reboot. Did that just die out?
No, I'm pretty sure that's coming. They said there's going to be next year, so... Whoa.
Turn right to go left.
Yeah, turn right to go left. Alright, continue, buddy.
Train Fan says, I hope MLP G5 goes great.
I hope so, too. I'm nervous for that.